G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Flashlight Crazy. Today I'm doing a review of two Nitecores. We have the MT2C Pro over here and the MT1C Pro over here. Let's see how they stack up against each other. Alrighty, just taking a look at both the boxes. Obviously MT1C here, MT2C here. So max lumens is 1000 with the MT1C and 1800 with the MT2C. 360 meters max with the 1C and 520 meters max with the 2C. So we will go over all of the specs and everything like that, but there are the boxes. All right, so difference in battery. We've got an 18650 3600 milliamp hours, and then we've got an 18350 1600 milliamp hours. So we've got 2000 more milliamp hours in the 18650. So just something to think about, depending on what you want to use these lights for. You know, if you want sustained run times, maybe grab the 18650. If you want more pocketable, maybe go for the 18350. If it's not a problem, that the runtime will be cut down a little bit. Okay, so let's take a look at them, and I might just zoom in here so we can really take a look at them. So I'll just do a bit of a spin. Get them together. So the pocket clips are the same, just obviously one's shorter, both screwed in. They're really, really good. They have great retention, these pocket clips. So they're quite sturdy, but they're actually quite easy to slip on and off. It's a bit of a clever design, not only with the flick up, which a lot of pocket clips have, but they've made sure that the contact point is still on the smooth area of the neck, as opposed to, there it is, as opposed to on the body, because the body is quite rough. It's not sharp or anything like that. It's not going to bloody hurt you, but it is quite rough. Now, the designs are pretty much exactly the same, except for one's obviously taller. So in the hand, I do have to say that the 18650, the MT2C, certainly feels better in hand. The MT1C is obviously more pocketable. It's going to be less noticeable in your pocket, but it you know, I mean, look, your hand covers it, right? Whereas this one is just a little bit more comfortable to use. That's my preference. That's my personal preference. It's not, you know, gospel. It's just my personal preference. They can both tail stand. Now, they've both got the new UHI 20, I believe it is, LED, and they both come with smooth reflectors. So in terms of reflector size, it's exactly the same. Emitter is exactly the same. And everything construction exactly the same. One of them's just a little bit bigger. So you see here, you've got some heat sinks on the neck here, whereas you don't have them with the MT1C because there's no space for it. And the clickies are identical. They're both forward clickies, so you can momentary on and off. And they both start on high every time and then on off low, or you can momentary to low. They both have awesome lanyard areas that you can connect lanyards to all the way around the back. And as I said, they can both tail stand. So we'll just check the size of each of them here. So the MT1C is a little less than 9 centimeters tall. MT2C is a little less than 12 centimeters tall. So we've got about 3 centimeters or thereabouts difference. All right, so the MT2C Pro with the battery is 114.34 grams. And the MT1C Pro with the battery is 79.43 grams. So that's probably the biggest difference you're going to get. I mean, the size is 3 centimeters, but the weight's quite significant. Now, 114 grams is not overly heavy, okay? But it's a lot more than, you know, 70 something or whatever this was. So again, that might play into whether or not which one you choose. Okay, so specs and user interface. Well, user interface is exactly the same. Both of them are going to come on in high every time. Now, the high on the MT2C, which is here, is 1800 lumens. You get that for 2 hours and 15 minutes, I'm assuming with a step down, although it doesn't tell you if it is with a step down or not. You get 520 meters of throw, and you have 67,000 candela. Over here with the MT1C Pro, you got 1000 lumens max for an hour and 15 minutes. So a full hour less of runtime. So take that into account. Your max distance is 360 meters, and that's 32,500 candela. Now, on low, The lumen output is the same, which is 50 lumens, but the runtime on the MT2C Pro is 28 hours, whereas the runtime with the MT1C Pro is 16 hours. Now, you do need to ask yourself, is, 16 hours or 28 hours? Yes, that's a big difference. However, you got to ask yourself, are you going to be using this solid for 16 hours straight? I don't know if you will. That's a long time. Yes, of course, it means that you'll have to charge this more often than this one, but with protected batteries, it's good to keep them charged anyway and not let them trip the protection system, because that can damage the battery. So 16 hours, 28 hours, 28 hours is amazing, don't get me wrong, but 16 hours is still going to do the job, in my opinion. Now, both of them have a 95 meter throw distance at this output, and both of them have 2,200 candela. Now, both of them are also spec'd to a 2 meter drop and 2 meter water submersible rating. So tough lights, these guys are. Now, another really cool thing, you can use one CR123 battery in this light with reduced output and runtime, and you can use two CR123 batteries in this light with reduced output and runtime. With a non-rechargeable, because you can also use rechargeable, but with a non-rechargeable CR123, so a primary, you get 800 lumen max here and you get 500 lumen max here. So just something to be aware of, but still you can use CR123s, which is great because if you're in a pinch, if you got some CR123s in your car, which you should keep, then you're always going to have light if this runs out. All right, let's just give you another quick look at the differences between these two. Like I said, very similar lights and very clever designs with both of them. I love that they made an 18350 and an 18650 version. I think that it's really cool to appeal to different cohorts of the market, depending on if you want a more pocketable or if you want more runtime. Great lights for self-defense as well, because they both come on in high every single time, which I love. And of course, let's see how long the memory is actually. So off, 1, 2, on. Okay, so about 2 seconds. Let's try 1 second. Off, 1. Cool. Okay. So memory's great for, not memory, but the reset, of the mode outputs. Now, I just want to try one thing. I just want to put them both on high and see if we can notice a step down. So I might fast forward it so we're not sitting here for ages, but I just want to put them both on and see if we can notice a step down. We might not notice it by eye if they do it gradually, but let's see, because I do know that the 18650 heats up a lot quicker than the 18350 because it's pumping out an extra 800 lumens. So let's go. All right, so that was on for a minute. Now, the 18650 got extremely hot in the head. It's still quite hot. The 18350 did not. It got warm, but I could still hold it and I didn't have to move my grip, which is brilliant because for an 18350 light, where are you going to move your grip to, really? It's going to be uncomfortable to hold it back here. It's not too uncomfortable to hold the 18650 back here, but it did get quite hot. Now, in terms of a step down, I definitely did not see one in the 18350, and I suspect I did see one in the 18650. It is difficult to tell by eye at this range, like very close, and especially on a white wall bouncing off. But the hot spot with the 18650 certainly became easier to look at after about 40 seconds or so. So if I had to guess, I'm going to say that this one will step down and this one may not, which is pretty bloody cool. But in saying that, the 18650 may just step down to what the 18350 puts out, which is 1,000 lumens anyway. So, it's probably even in that regard. All right, let's shoot off 2 night shots and then we'll come back for some final thoughts and prices. See you in a sec. All right, so we'll start with the MT1C Pro. There it is on high. Take note of the size of hotspot, please, because you'll notice a difference. So size of hotspot, quite large. Good spill, beautiful spill, but a large hotspot. And on low, you've got a large hotspot as well. See that? Very useful, very large hotspot. Now let's go to the MT2C Pro. Boom. Okay, so the throw is better. The hotspot doesn't look as big though. Oh, actually, am I wrong? I might be wrong on that.
We'll have to go over the footage. I might be wrong on that. Definitely brighter hotspot, much more clarity in it. And then low mode is pretty much the same, I'd say, as the MT1C. So look, we're looking at better throw, more light, more runtime, and not too much bigger than the MT1C. So I'd go with the MT2C Pro. That's my choice because it's bloody banger. Check that out. All right, see ya.
All right, so prices first. I think the MT1C is coming in at about $100 at lightshop.com.au. MT2C about 140 at Lightshop. I'll link them both in the description, and I will link discount codes as well. Now, in terms of my preference, I definitely like the MT2C better. It's not too much taller, but it's more comfortable to hold, and in the pocket, it's just as comfortable, if not more comfortable, because it's long and slender instead of like short and stubby kind of thing. So I like the MT2C Pro. I like the output. I like the runtime. The one thing I do like about the MT1C Pro better is that, so when it comes to non-rechargeable CR123s, it's very important to note that if you're using two in the same light, they must be brand new that you put in there. They must be of the exact same voltage. If you put a half spent CR123 in with a fully charged, like a, not they don't charge, but in with a brand new one that has the top voltage, you are asking for trouble in terms of a explosion or a fire or something like that. I don't know exactly what happens in the chemistry, but in layman's terms, what I do understand is that because they're at different voltages, one of them tries to pull from the other one and the other one tries to pull from the other one, and that causes basically an overload of energy in these batteries. And then you've basically just kind of, you're holding a friggin' pipe bomb in your hand. So you don't want that, okay? So the benefit of the MT1C Pro is that you can throw in a half spent, a brand new, an almost dead, whatever. You can just throw in whatever you've got and you don't have to worry. It is safe. So I do always like that. I like that as an advantage of lights that offer one CR123 instead of two. But apart from that, I think the MT2C wins in every account. I really do. Yes, it got hot. Yes, I'm pretty sure it stepped down. I think it didn't step down that much. And to be honest, the runtime and the comfort of hand wins for me. All right. Thanks very much for watching, guys. And until next time, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.